Just keep your head to the sky. Just keep your head to the sky. Just keep your head to the sky. Keep your head to the sky. Just keep your head to the sky. Just keep your head to the sky. Keep your head to the sky. Keep your head to the sky. Just keep your head to the sky.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
But the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero,
Clean blood in my eye. This world is a bad dream. As long as money's king, I feel funny in my being. You can see it when I walk and you hear my shackles cling. IMAX, bigger picture, niggas still don't see a thing. It's 2014, still flag torching. Fucking inflation make it hard to cop groceries. So don't be surprised if someone running with that sorcery. Levitate your wallet, give me the loot. Chris Wallace, capitalizing. Democracy at its rawest. Sucker, you the trees, I'm the forest. I'm the earth, you a Taurus. I'm Black Jesus, you don't know who a Saw is. Hannibal Vicarious, every bar is a battalion. Spirit of a panther with the Kevlar medallions. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. They still got our children pledging allegiance to flags that spill red and blue blood to white out history we had. No Django 8 years ago, took my chains off. 4-man sword, Hotep and took James off. 80% of prisons overpopulated with colored brothers. 30% of our children aborted by mothers. Most of the gun violence is a brother on another. Most of the work on the street, we sell to one another. What's the equation to these mathematics? When you control the minds and the economy, multiply the madness. The ghetto's an experiment created by your masters. We tried to change that shit, but they killed all the Panthers. Fred Hampton, bullet holes in a bloody mattress. This Liberation Patriot Act, terrorist action, sponsored by your local revolutionary rapper. I voted for assassination, you can cast my back. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. Politics, money, religion, they divide us. Let's bring it back together with some K's right beside us. Stars shine bright, sucker, how you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. They divide us. K's right beside us. How you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us. They divide us. K's right beside us. How you gon' hide us? Higher than planes in Malaysia, can't fly us.
Mr. Diddy.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2. There we go. Oh man, we about to get this thing started. Family having problems with the mic. Oh man. It's about to go down. It's about to go down at the Journey. Shouts out to the young men and young warriors. The young warriors, let's take the man off. Let's see the young warriors out there. Shouts out. Shouts out. Class still in session. We got to keep building, family. That's right. These are the times. It appears that the whole world is changing. I hope that you don't get left behind. Tribe up. Shouts out. Spreaker family, shouts out to the Instagram family, shouts out to the Facebook family, shouts out to the YouTube family, shouts out to the Twitch family, shouts out to the D-Live family. Our Gye-Nyame journey is on tonight. Man, what we say? What was that title we put up there? Set yourself on fire and the world will stop to watch. Young men for war, old men for counsel. A lot of y'all in my peer group, where you at? Where you stand? Where you stand? We're gonna be looking at a lot of different things tonight. It's tribal quote tonight. It's tribal quote tonight. We're about to get it. Oh man. Yeah, we about to get it. We're gonna talk about it tonight. And I'm telling you, family, these proverbs line up. These folk tales line up. And it's crazy because, like I said, I just go in order, man. And the universe is starting to shape to the vibrations we send out. The world is changing. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. I think they're ready. I think they're ready. We're gonna let this ride on out. Right? Y'all see that list? Look at that long list, and it's getting longer every day. I can't wait to see your name on there. We got Loretta Burrows. What's up, Auntie? We got the marvelous Mama Margarita. We got the Kelsey family. We got Elder Tony and Aziza West. We got Elder Phil Hines. We got Elder Phyllis Hairston Ransom. We got Charles Campbell. We got Kaiti Shekum in Ankh Majar.
We got Elder Alona Edwards. We got Madonna Hill, Lisa Todd, Don McGougal, Charles Stevenson, Khalifa Judge, Angela Mateen, Yolanda Brooks, Larry F. Crow, by K. Ojo, Sapphire Spirit, and the teacher herself, Dr. Janice Rowley family. Where your name at? Oh, you got it. You can't go to war without a war chest. You can't do it. Oh, you can't have a celebration without a chest. You can't do it. Everybody else is taking taxes from us, but we don't take taxes from ourselves. How you gonna have a nation or a community that don't tax itself? How you gonna fix the streets? How you gonna get rid of the abandoned houses? How you gonna make the politicians do what you need to do? Man, young man for war, old man for counsel. Set yourself on fire and the whole world will stop to watch. But here we go.
Women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva.
Man.
The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey.
Okay.
The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her.
The warrior learns the way of
who's
value.
Represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek
young women going being.
The woman who has
the book is written by young ladies, transforming ladies through cultural values. Learn more at LadyWarriorsOP.com. And if you want the hardback, we got it. Or the hard copy, not hardback. If you want the hard copy, we got it. We got the actual book. Oh man, this is a special report coming at you. Written by an elder that's been working in our community for over 75 years. Helping to organize our people and build institutions. We talking about a special report called 11 Steps. Considerations for empowering African-centered organizations. By Elder Mariba Kelsey, the Baba of the Tawi village family. Come and glean from wisdom and had a discussion. It's more than just something to read. It's something to put into action. You want to change your life and change your community? Change your mind. Get your copy of MaribaKelsey.com.
AYIMBUBE is an acronym. Mind, Body, and Universal Balance Empowerment Institute. It is also Zulu. It means lion, of course. With that, we're working with resiliency. We're working with trauma-informed care. With all of the mind-body connections that we need to not only address so many of our ills, but also to heal from them. There's no one giant step that does it. It's a lot of little steps. Author unknown. How do you regulate? Yoga, meditation, and Bube, Mind, body, universal balance, empowerment. We're waiting for you. How do you regulate?
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Gye-Nyame Journey has a vision.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black, too strong? Yeah.
Gye-Nyame Journey is built to help others embrace their blackness. Learn self-mastery. Gye-Nyame Journey helps teachers, youth,
Born to be great.
as well as some of you old folks too. But family, we need your support to keep this going. We are asking for a $10 monthly subscription. A supportership, I guess. Please support us.
Born to be great.
GNJmedia.support. Go to GNJmedia.support. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. It's time. All right, family, we won't even have the intro music because, hell, that was a long-ass introduction, man. We did commercials. We did music. We did it all, and it's time for us now to jump straight into these proverbs and get to building. All right, because, and I started the show with 2 separate proverbs. Set yourself on fire and the world will stop to watch. But what will they learn while you're burning? What are you going to teach them while you got their attention? All right? What will you teach them? There's a story about, I think it was a Buddhist monk or something in Vietnam or something like that, he couldn't get the attention for their cause. They couldn't get the attention. They were somewhere, and he sat in the middle of the street and set himself on fire. And guess what? The people gathered and watched him burn. But they didn't see him screaming and squealing in pain. They saw a warrior turning to ash. And this gesture may have changed the world. Right now, family, in our communities, we are on fire. And the world is stopping to watch. The question that I'm asking is, what are we teaching? What are we teaching? The whole world eyes are on us, and the question is, what are we teaching? And this ain't no moral bullshit where I'm about to be like, oh, they shouldn't be. Nah, I'm not about to get on into that. I'm just asking the question because we will be opening up the call-in lines, which I should have did before I came up. But I'm just interested in what you think the lesson that we are teaching. You know what I'm saying? Are we teaching people how to treat us? Are we? Call in line 614-556-4535. Once again, the call in number is 614-556-4535. Right? What are we teaching? What have we been teaching? Because some people are like, Brother Hatim, you know, I mean, I can't watch those videos. I really can't watch those videos. So I'm not in the same mode as other people are because I have read about it. I haven't sat there and watched it. You know what I'm saying? The closest I came to watching it was I turned on the show and they said, run, take one. And you could hear. In my mind, I'm playing what's going on. And that's as close as I want to get, because I got to be able to step back and think. See, because while other people are reacting right now, we started our process over 20 years ago. I'm just letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear me talking about Tribe Up or I'm talking about Gye-Nyame Tribe, please understand that that's an over 20-year process that we have been preparing for shit like this. It was shit like this that got us started. So at Gye-Nyame Journey, we not shocked, right? We're not shocked. We have already set ourselves on fire, family. I set myself on fire every morning, and I burn, and some of y'all stop to watch. And every now and then, I hook one of you in, all right? Every now and then. It's not a lot of people, but every now and then I hook one of you in. Why? Because I'm bold enough to set myself on fire. Because I understand that's what catches attention. Right? So we have to continue our lessons. We got to continue our conversations. And we got to continue getting the minds right. Because a warrior's body is just a target if it does not have the strategy, if it does not have the wisdom, if it does not have the insight. And my role at this point in time, right? Like I said, young men for war, old men for counsel. I did my battles, right? I did my battles. You know, and I gave some instructions today, gave some advice today. Old man for counsel. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that there's enough young people around that give me a call and be like, yo, what you think? You know? Well, I'm about to do this. What you think? Right? But then I get kind of frustrated when I get some of the young people that I know better, say shit like, where's the black leadership? You know, and I have to remind them, the fuck? What is you talking about? What in the fuck are you talking about? You grew up around black leadership. What is you talking about? You ain't want to follow it then. And if there was a black leader, I got to ask people the question, if there was a black leader, would you follow him or her? Because they out here. They out here. Some of them out in the streets. Some of them on the internet. Some of them sitting down penning their books. Some of them you talk to at your job. Some of them you walk right by and won't even pay attention to. Some of them you walk away and be like, oh, there you go with that black shit. You know, you can set yourself on fire. Everybody's not going to stop, but enough will stop. And they'll feel the heat from you and they'll see the inspiration. And depending on how you burn, right? If you burn screaming and crying and whining and moaning, they expected that. But if you just sit there and burn, you're going to get some of their attention. And they're going to wonder, how in the hell is he doing that? How is it possible to sit there and do that? How can I get to a place like that? That's what we do. That's what we do. Because, some of my babies out there, right? Some of our babies out there, some of the ones that's been sitting at our feet, some of them that's been sitting around the table, some of them that's been listening and engaging, and some of them that's been acting like they didn't listen all this time. We at the beginning of something, family. I can't even describe the feeling that I'm having, because I'm conflicted from wanting to scream out for joy or cry in sorrow. We in a very special place right now. And I feel so blessed to be right here with you. All right, but yo, let's get it moving. Once again, the call lines are open, 614-556-4535. Shots out to Brother Kwame. He said, preach. What is a warrior? What is it can a warrior expect? Warriors can expect death. Some people just clicked off when they heard that shit. See, because Lee, please understand the philosophy, right? Gye-Nyame Journey 1, the very first question is, better yet, Cleveland, come here, sir. Come here. Come around here. Please, don't embarrass me. What is a warrior?
One who's experienced or involved in conflict.
Okay. A warrior is one who is experienced or involved in conflict. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. That's all I'm wanting.
So?
Why did you ask me?
What? Oh, you know it? Come here, Gina. What is a warrior?
One who's experienced and involved.
Come up to the mic and say, what is a warrior?
One who's experienced and involved with conflict.
Huh.
Why did you ask her?
Right? One who is experienced or involved in conflict. So our babies come into this world as warriors.
Yep.
But they don't know it.
What?
Yeah, they don't know it.
What?
And the role of a warrior is that once you hit that battlefield, family, you got to abandon coming back. Because by you focusing and holding on to what you think you have, you become vulnerable to the enemy. Oh, see, this is why I'm talking. This is why young men for war, old men for counsel. This ain't some sideline shit. This is from the front lines shit. When it goes down, you have to make a critical decision. Either you gonna handle your business or you gonna think about surviving. You can't do both. Both those things can't occupy the same space. So once you get involved with the shit, you have to be all the way in. This is why Brother Hatim is like, yo, I don't just jump into a lot of shit. A lot of people don't understand. Once you jump into the shit, because throughout my life, one of the things that I have always had, I had a heart for my enemy, regardless of who it was. And that will always cost me. Oh, Kwame said, bring him to the mic. I thought y'all heard him. I thought they heard him. They heard enough, Kwame. You know what I'm saying? They heard enough. Now, family, the issue that most people wrestle with, that we try to break through, is this thing called fear. But hold on. And it's so funny, Kwame, that you bring this up right here at this time. Because the first proverb we're going to cover was the last proverb from last week. All the passions, fear, envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger are opposed to consciousness, say the knowledge of. Don't we got a question like that?
Yeah.
What's the question?
I don't know.
You don't know? What are the 7?
Fear, envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger.
And they are what?
They're opposed to consciousness, and being conscious is the first step to greatness.
Oh, shit. Come over here and say that loud for the people. What's up, Yazin Yusul? Welcome. Cool. Say that again. What are the 7? What are the -7? The unbalanced 7, as we call them.
Fear, envy.
Come on, get on the mic, man.
Fear, envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger.
Huh. And they do what?
These passions are opposed to consciousness, and being conscious is the first step to greatness.
Fear. Fear is the mother of all of them. You ain't missed nothing, Quasi. The lines are open, 614-556-4535. Call and let us know what's popping off, because this is one of the warriors that was on the front line. You know, matter of fact, I should pull up his video right now. He up in the police officer's face. As I said, young men for war, old men for counsel. Because I was about to call your ass, too. I see that shit. I said, you know what I'm saying? I told him. I said, listen. I said, listen, brother. I was about to call you. I said, bruh, but I didn't want to take your focus. You know what I'm saying? But I was about to call you off, because I'm like, hey, it's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. It's about to go down. Right, family? So the call-in line number is 614-556-4535. Call the black line. So the first proverb, we are working on all the passions. Fear, envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger are opposed to consciousness, say the knowledge holders. And Gye-Nyame saying, we say consciousness is the first step towards greatness. You can't become great, sleep. You can't become great, sleep. Many of y'all in the slumber. But unfortunately, it took the sacrifice of a man's life for you to see and wake up to the reality. The cold water, or better yet, the hot blood of a sacrifice. You still down there?
Yeah, I am in Columbus at my Capitol building, standing in a legal place. I'm not in the middle of the street. I'm standing in a publicly funded building with the state house Capitol. The police are advancing. They're using Gestapo tactics. They're doing a sweep play. They have police north, east, south, and west, and they're advancing to try to reduce the space that people have. But we are on public property. We pay for this place. We don't have to go nowhere. If they fuck with us, we have a lawsuit. Oh, hey.
And they might be interrupting the signal. All right, so they might be interrupting the signal.
Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's breaking up, though. They probably got some shit down there to kind of to stop the calls from getting out.
I'm using shitty headphones. Hold on.
I said that I am right now with people, and we are at the State House Capitol. We're standing on public property, and we're just observing. We're not protesting. People that I'm with aren't protesting. Yeah, some people are doing something crazy, but what we're doing is standing on public property. We pay for the State House. We pay tax. We fund the maintenance of the place. We fund the people who get paid in this building. This is our State House. So if they come and mess with us, then we have a lawsuit. I'm just standing here observing. I'm not agitating. I'm not doing anything. They're using Gestapo tactics. They have the main protest is happening at Broad and High. They have police about 100 to 300 yards away from the main area of protest on the north, east, south, and west side. We're boxed in. They have us boxed in, and they're steadily advancing. They're reducing the amount of area that people have.
Right, causing people to move in closer, and causing somebody to cause a reaction so that some shit can pop off. That's what it sounds like. You don't, no strategy, no military strategy. Well, let me put it this way. If you want somebody to fight, you box them in. So what you're saying is that you're in a pinch, and they're going to force.
Look, they're moving. Look. They're moving. It's a swing play. Look.
So there's no.
Do some wild shit.
So how many people down there with you?
There was 1,000 probably at the height. There probably is over 500 now. Hey, somebody throw a number. How many people I think about here?
Hey, Quasi. Go to your camera and start streaming so that we could go on and start observing. And because I'm gonna watch, we're gonna have the people that's on with us right now watching.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can do it from Gye-Nyame.
No, you can just do it from you. You can do it. Do what's easier for you, and I will find it. If you put it up on yours, I will find it and I will stream it through Gye-Nyame, and it will be streaming on all the platforms that we have right now.
All right, I'm about to do it right now.
All right.
See.
So right now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our Facebook and we're going to start us a little family watch party. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start us a little family watch party so we can see the tactics that's being used against our young people down here. Let me go to my news screen, switch, boom, let's go on over. He should be streaming right about now. It should pop up on my, here we go, boom. No, that's 1 hour ago. So this was what happened an hour ago. Now I'm gonna find this other shit.
They're about to make an announcement, and then they're gonna start whooping people's asses. That's what's about to happen. Instead of talking with people, they're gonna make an announcement and start whooping people's asses. See that thing on top of the car? They're gonna make an announcement and they're gonna start whooping people's asses. They're about to start whooping people's asses. I have a feeling we're not about to get justice right now.
So let's go. I'm going to get off of this right now and see if we can find this stream right now.
Asses. And they got people blocked in.
And there's going to be more of them. There's going to be one on Saturday.
We're looking for the live one.
They're about to make an announcement, and then they're going to start whooping people's asses. That's what's about to happen.
So they might be blocking the stream.
Instead of talking with people, they're going to make an announcement and start whooping people's asses.
Let's get up out of there. Let's go to maybe on somewhere else. If anybody out there you go. He live now. So let me refresh. Let me get out of here. And there we go, right there. Come on, move out the way. Move out the way. Come on. Oh, it disappeared. There we go. Let's go right here. Oh, it won't go down now. Look at that. Interesting. All right. I'm going to just get out of there like that. Do it like that. Thank God for the new computer. Now it's moving slow. So we need to go on and see this. I want y'all to go and check this out. Live. We got a little brother down here. So right now, I should have sent him the link because I could be talking to him at the same time. But we're going to get that together on Gye-Nyame Journey. And I'm going to make sure he turn the camera the other way next time. But I know it's easier to hold it like that. So he said that the police got him pinched in. And they're making announcements right now. This is in Columbus, Ohio, by the way. Like and share. Go to Quasi Lowe's page. Find his stuff. Oh, live video interrupted. Broadcast has been paused. It should resume shortly. All right, so let's go. So we're gonna go back to the show until we call back in, or we see another signal that he is back up live. So he got a call from somebody in the military. We know who it is. I ain't gonna say who it is, but you know, you got family. We got family all over the world. But anyway, let's get back to the discussion. Unless somebody else got something else they want to share and want me to show, by all means, I'll do that. By all means, I'll do that. But anyway, family, all the passions, fear, envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger are opposed to consciousness. Say the knowledge holders, family, listen. All these passions are opposed to consciousness, fear, which is the mother of all of them. Envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger. And in order for us to move to the next level, we got to get it. We got to bring balance, family. It ain't just a matter of getting rid of them, because people would be lying if they say that when they get in certain situations that fear is not present. What separates the brave man from the coward is that the brave man learns to deal with his fear, and the coward is conquered by it. Go ahead. Somebody on the line, what's going on?
What's up? It's Shaka, man.
What's going on? What's going on in Cleveland?
Nothing much. I'm listening. What's going on in Cleveland right now? Let me tell you something. It's not as much overt mayhem. I say it like that, but I will say this. I went into a space, stepped into a gun store today, and the owner of the gun store, and this is in the suburb of Mayfield Heights, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy is so concerned, man. He said, look, at the beginning of this month, we had 40 AR-15s. And now we don't have any, can't get any in. And what he's mostly concerned with is the fact that most of those AR-15s are sold to 18 to 21-year-olds. And so the story that's being, the narrative that he gave me is that these are urban youth whose initiation is to cop these AR-15s for the OGs, and that's part of their initiation for being blessed in. And so, you know, the guy is terrified because, well, I mean, just because it's really a sign of what's to come, you know. Now, here's the other piece to that. Almost like cookie cutter story. What's happening is that a couple of days after these purchases are done, the youth are contacting the police and reporting
the gun stolen. That ain't new, nigga. Shit. I mean, that's not new. That's a very, very, very old tactic. Very old tactic. But hey, wow. you called in because what? You heard what?
No, I saw that you was on, and I'll be hit and miss because I got a lot going on up here. On let me just tell you this. I have a crowdfunding campaign going on for what is called the Symbiotic Fellowship, and this is a part of the plan, Hatem, where I'm cultivating it so that you are one of the presenters amongst the Symbiotic Fellowship. All right. So that just went live today. All right. If you go on, you know what? If you go onto my page on Facebook, for anybody that's watching on Facebook, or you can go to iobi.org and look up Symbiotic Fellowship. IOB is IOBY. What does it stand for? In our backyard. All right, in our backyard. And so the piece is that if you know anyone in Cleveland right now who, through the crisis, is actually motivated to do something in their community to increase the quality of life in their neighborhood, well, there's a lot of grant opportunities going on now where you put your idea down, and within as soon as 10 days, you're approved for little microloans to go out and get the work done. So symbiotic fellowship is the component that I felt was most worthy of receiving some grant money. Now the piece is that IOB on a national level right now. I don't know if they have an office in Columbus, but I would definitely, if you had anything that you're crowdfunding about today, I would definitely see if IOB is in your backyard, because what they're doing is matching the first $3,000, dollar for dollar, that you raise. So the actual campaign that I have for the Symbiotic Fellowship, and keep in mind, like I said, it just launched today. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The goal was about 8,000. All right. And over the past 3 hours, I've raised 2,000.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah. So I put and the thing is that I didn't want to do like a 30-day crowd funding campaign, because everybody's doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like those who actually go to mine and read it, there's no gray. Either we down for each other, or we keeping each other down. And right now, if I can save lives, it will be through that campaign. So, like I said, I feel like those who seen that work within me, or that vibration within me, it's not going to take them over 7 days to contribute if it's really, if that mission is in their heart as well. So I have this actually closing on Monday, because I'm that confident that those who believe will show, and that's the way it's going. So we got that going on. We got another thing that I'd like to bring down. Well, that's enough of that right now. I gotta pace.
Right.
I gotta bounce the ball back into your court in Columbus. Now I've seen some of the things going on. Charity was
I seen that one too.
She actually had. Mm-hmm.
Unless she did another one. I seen one when it was marching towards this building.
So some girl was getting her eyes washed out because they had pepper spray.
Okay, yeah. So they on that shit down there right now. Quasi said they got them boxed in.
Yeah, but that was maybe like a couple of hours ago. It was still daylight when they pepper spraying. So
they don't know they priming these young. Listen, all right, but hey, that's bad leadership. Bad leadership. Just clear the roads. Let these young people do their thing, because they had a right to protest. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I see many of them with masks, so they're not really violating anything. But but it is what it is. So
did you see the my bad? Did you see the footage of the cop trying to tackle one of the Jewish men? They were in the street marching for whatever reason
in Columbus.
And no, it wasn't in Columbus, but I sat there and watched like 5 minutes of this black guy just doing the commentary on it, as he's watching how delicate this Jewish man is being handled, even though he is, truly not trying to follow what's going on. But he with his crew, he with his people, and they all like, hey, don't touch him. He's not resisting. No, he's still in the street. And when the officer pushed him on to the sidewalk, the dude is like, all right. So he goes around his other people and goes back out in the street like it's a joke. You know what I mean? And it's really important nowadays for us to take a step back and look at how the sentiment of entitlement. Go ahead.
No, I got people on Instagram, so let me go and keep on talking. I'm gonna silence my mic. Keep on.
Yeah. So
keep going.
Yeah. So it's very important for us to be able to realize, that entitlement really does play a part of the behavior that is really going to cause things to unfold a lot quicker, because more and more folks who and understand what is transforming right now in the hearts of those, especially the young folks, who are seeing more brutality today than the images that we can produce in any other time in our history, including slavery. All right? Because it's not just a vicious cycle anymore. Hate is off the chain right now, and in somebody else's backyard. You understand? So we just have to move accordingly.
All right. So let's move it on. So I read the first proverb, and it's about fear, envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger. And it says, we're waiting for Quasi to get back in touch with us. And like I said, if he don't call back in a couple of minutes, you know what I'm saying, we gonna put a call in to him. As a matter of fact, let me work on that while we're sitting here talking right now. Let me call him so we can make sure he all right. Boom, device. Oh, here we go. I got participants. Invite others. Quasi.
Hi, Tim.
Yes.
AR-15 for non-military.
You said who?
I said an AR-15 for a commoner that is not military. Is it an overkill or is it justified?
Well, shit. Compared to what other people been getting, no, it's not. It's in the goddamn gun store. Anything in the gun store is not overkill. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real with you. Anything in the gun store is not overkill. I just want to be clear on that. If it's in the gun store, you know what I'm saying? If it's in the gun store, it's not overkill. So I just want to be very clear about that. Because if somebody else got it and we're living in a dangerous environment like this, you should have it too. You know what I'm saying? You should have it too. You know, and like I said, if it was 40, you can't tell me that all these young men came up bought all these. He wasn't concerned about the white boys coming to buy the first 40 he had. He's concerned about the young black men that's coming to buy the 40 that's in the store now. You know, which is petty, because how many AR-15s has he sold out that store and never been concerned about it? How many 9mm? Yeah. How many? He's in a gun store. People come to a gun store to buy guns.
And here's the piece, man. To add to it, after the shootings, the shooting in Dayton or whatnot, now in Ohio, you know, he can't order any more AR-15s. After the shooting, Walmart pulled all of their ammo except for hunting rifles.
Yeah.
Right?
Because who got them? Who got hunting rifles?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, family, we're moving into high gear. We're moving into high gear. You know what I'm saying? And we, like I said, it's coming to a point where people are starting to realize that freedom can't be given. Freedom has never been something that can be given from one person to another. Freedom is something that has to be taken. And people are slowly starting to see that shit, because you got to remember, people were promised after Obama a post-racial America, and many people have been living in this post-racial American dream for, even with all the shit that's been going on. You know what I'm saying? For the last 12 years, post-racial, and all of a sudden they find out race never left. It just took a nap. And now people are waking up. That consciousness, fear, envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger. People were, you know what I'm saying? We got caught up in that shit. But
you know what, Hacham? I mean, and
go ahead.
I think that sometimes because of where we are in that equation, we don't see because let's look at the way that hate moves, man. Hate in the heart of somebody who 50 years ago used to hate black folks just for being black, right? That 50 years ago. Now they get older, and that hate just grows, and it grows in a broader spectrum. They don't just hate black folks no more. You know what I mean? They hate folks who they can relate to the same or how they identify with black folk, until sometimes they talking about their own cousin. And so the piece is, and the reason I say that is that when you look at the struggling class of America, it is about greed. It is about the money. It is about the power. At the end of the day, racism today, for those folk who hate because hate is in them, these racial flares is just a way to get us to clear the lane so that they can walk straight into the victory. It's a distraction, right? Because it's a distraction because most of us, when these types of things happen, are like, what do we do? How do we fall in line? Because that's never happened.
Call him back, ask him. Do he want me to sing? You still there, Shaka?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm sitting up here trying to manage. I had to have Cleve call Quasi and make sure you're all right. But anyway, but yeah, you know, I mean, it's like, and we got to understand how the hate grew. Okay, how the hate grew. All right, because I don't think we really clear on that, right? Because it's like, rather than it's just growing in conversations around the dinner table, rather than it just growing in his heart, a lot of these people found ways to start taking over departments and taking over positions where they were able to manipulate certain things. And right now, what we're seeing it in full swing. As a matter of fact, what a lot of people might not even understand, we are looking at white supremacy in this death throw right now. Because right now you got a bunch of old white men trying to hold on to power that some of their sons don't even believe in that method or don't have the capabilities of maintaining it any longer. So before they leave, you know what I'm saying? Before they leave, they want to try to they're trying to do this final push because they finding some young idiots out there to put them in positions that they could never lose. But they don't know that shit is even limited. Family, because we coming. Matter of fact, we ain't coming. We here. We here. You know, right now you talking to me from Cleveland. We got other people listening to us all over the country, and some of them might not even be on right now, but they check us out later, and our reach is growing, and the whole idea of tribing up, is spreading like wildfire, right? And a lot of people are doing it out of fear. And those that are doing it out of fear are eventually going to have to clash with those that's not doing it out of fear. We doing it because it's the right thing to do.
Well, and also it's now in our behavior. You understand? So when you behave a certain way, for other folks, that little difference might be subtle. But when you're in a group of those who all on it, I mean, remember back in the day, like it was only a handful of elders that knew our Gye-Nyame. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It was only, and when I say knew how to use it. Knew how to, you know what I mean? And the piece is that, like, right now you hear so many different stylists. You hear white folk in a classroom using it. You know what I mean? It's just funny to me because we can't necessarily say that that's some culture vulture stuff where they see you in the same classroom use it and bam, instant regard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's and especially in the classroom setting, man. I mean, can you imagine what this would be like if our kids had to go and see those folks that look like the cop who had his knee on it? You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, whoo! It was a good move, moving the educational responsibility back into the home environment for this right now. Hey, this is really closer to what it's supposed to be, anyways. If we sitting around right now like, oh, I can't stand my kids, and you got to figure out some routine that's gonna work out for you. Because if you can't stand them but you love them, you got to know how to protect them through this, or you don't.
Right.
Or you won't. You understand? Because the piece is that, you know, like we were saying last time, if you can't stand your kids being at home with you as much as they are, then go ahead. You know, I guarantee you, by the end of this, Hatim, the level of quarantine babies that come from consenting adults versus the ones with teenage pregnancies, the teenage pregnancy is probably going to outweigh the quarantine buddy babies. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I mean, you saw kids. That was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Look at them now. Does it get worse or does it get better?
No comment, homie. But anyway, no comment.
I mean, they got these devices. These devices either can be weapons or
shackles. Or who? Tools, weapons, or shackles. I mean, you know, I guess shackles could be tools too. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, but hey, you know, I mean, it is what it is, family. You know what I'm saying?
So Hatim,
go ahead.
If on today, people are listening to the voices that they trust.
Right.
For those who have drawn concern, for those who are a bit fearful right now, who are listening in.
Shouts out to Jihadi Johnny.
Hatim,
go ahead.
What do you, Hatim, recommend for the folks that are listening in right now? How should we respond?
How should we respond? Family, what we doing right now? What we've been doing for the last 4 years. See, we got to be ready. We should respond because, like, for example, we sitting here, we're not at the protest. You know what I'm saying? What are we preparing for those young people at the protest? Do we have some lessons for them? Do we have some conversation for them? You know what I'm saying? Do we have some young people out there at the protest? You know what I'm saying? Are you prepared to go out there and get them? Are you prepared to go out? See, the whole piece is not just how we respond. See, because I can't prepare to respond for this because we have been prepared for this for a very long time. And we have already been training our young people, and we have already been training ourselves, and we have been preparing ourselves for some shit like this. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not responding. I'm doing what I do. I don't have to.
Right.
I didn't have to have a show tonight because there was a burning desire for me to have a show. I did a show tonight because I have been regularly doing a show, and I'm going to have a show in the morning because I regularly do a goddamn show. So I'm not responding. I'm not responding to their actions. You understand what I'm saying? I am already proactive. Right. My thing is, let's spread the word. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody else out there. Like I said at the beginning of this, set yourself on fire. And the world will stop and watch. I've been on fire for a long time, burning slowly. And every now and then, somebody like yourself might stop and watch because you know what I'm doing. Somebody like Kwame might stop and watch. I get different people in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I just got a post talking about, our posts have reached over 5,000 different individuals in this month. That's up from 50 last year. So the point is, we are already doing. We have already been doing, and we're going to continue doing. And as the game elevates, so will our game elevate. But I'm not going to be like necessarily coaching motherfuckers who ain't been doing shit on what to do over the air. We have private sessions for that. We have dudes for that. We have, because right now at this point in time, we're gonna get a whole bunch of new people flooding into what we're doing, and we got to be careful about that because we don't know what they're coming for. If they're coming with fear, here, hold on, here you go. Let me read it, because a lot of people gonna be coming to us out of fear, envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger, and all of these are opposed to consciousness. I need somebody who has already been wrestling with this over the last year. This ain't the first time they heard something like this. You understand? Because that means that they have been involved in this. That means that they've been pouring libation with us, and they understand the importance of the ancestors. They understand the importance of ancestors, especially during times like this. They understand the importance of tribe. This ain't some shit that I have to educate them with. I got other family members that could take time or might want to take time for them to do that right now. But right now, it's not that time. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that need words from me have not been listening to me. You understand? Yeah. I can't assure you anything if you need help now. When I was giving swimming lessons, you ain't want them. You in the middle of the ocean now, and it's only getting deeper. Good luck. Family, your daughter came up with the term tribe up. We've been talking tribe on this show now, we've been doing the Daily Toast. I've been doing the Daily Toast for 4 years now. I've been doing these shows for over 10. So there's nothing I could do to prepare you. There's nothing I could do to reassure you. You don't need to be reassured right now.
What's funny about that, man, is that was only after 30 days or within 30 days of our reunification too. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, that she wrote the song Tribe Up. It's interesting how, the initial reaction was to draw closer, especially, and I'm glad you brought that up, Hachim, because even before this, a lot of young folks out there, constantly, I see the state of not belonging, and a lot of them was trying to find a refuge. A lot of them was trying to find that space where they fit. And now, when everybody's rattled, I think that they feel more connected. And I'm just saying because in a sense, I feel that way. I feel more connected with folks because they're like, well, how you been doing this? How do you do this without?
Right.
And I think my superpower is doing the most with the least. I mean, man, Tim, back in the day, we used to feed a whole house on just like whatever magically appeared on the counter. You know what I mean? Whatever came together that we could experiment and make something happen, man, that should be a whole TV show. That should be a whole cooking show. It's like what we went through. I remember when it was just bread and beans. But the best bread and beans we had that year.
Best breads and beans, man. Family, listen. And like I said, those experiences, we didn't shut it off from anybody. We opened it up even then. And that was 15. That's going on almost 20 years ago, Shaka. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't say that like I'm getting old. Hi, Tim, hold on. Let me just warn you right quick.
I'm getting
old.
old.
I don't know if you really... No. That's because you getting old.
Yeah.
All right? I'm getting younger.
All right. Congratulations. All right. As my grandmother said, I wouldn't be a young person for all the money in the world. I never understood what my grandmother meant when she said that shit, but I understand it now. I wouldn't be young for all the money in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and so,
Let me tell you what I just did today, Hot Tim.
Go ahead.
I got 100-pound heavy bag and some 12-ounce gloves for Pharaoh. And I made a commitment to myself. I said, man, as much as I'm devising in my day to sit down and write these grants and to work with my son with his work so he can pass with his grades, and doing all that, I have to be real with myself. I'm doing a lot of sitting. And then when it comes to the activity, I don't have somebody call me up like, yo, Shop, we about to do this PT. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We about to get this PT in. So I gotta initiate that for myself. And I've been thinking about this one challenge for about 30 days. And I feel like, Tim, I think it's time to do it. And the whole thing is called I'm going to keep it 100. That's the name of the challenge. Keep it 100. You know what it is?
No. Go ahead.
It's like, I'll go on live and I'll do, let's say, 100 push-ups or 100 sit-ups. And then at the end, I'm going to take a person or some persons and challenge them. And the challenge is...
Keep my name out your goddamn mouth. I already told Malik, keep it at 100. Don't you niggas call me. Because Malik already hit me with that damn 75, man. I'm like, oh, man, hell no.
What?
No, dog,
But look. But keep it 100. Like, all right, it's because it's more exponential than just challenging somebody to do some TT. It's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do these 100, whatever I'm going to do. It could be 100 jumping jacks. But at the end of me doing those jumping jacks, I'm going to say to you, and this might be a private, in a private chat.
That won't work. You gotta do that shit publicly, or it ain't gonna work.
It's gotta be for everybody. Okay.
Yeah, everybody got to see that. Everybody got to see that.
Here's the piece. But what I'm gonna do, Hachim, is after I do my 100, I'm gonna say, all right, I'm challenging Hachim.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
It could be 100 anything.
No, dog. No. Y'all leave me up out of that. Y'all leave me up out y'all little personal self struggles and shit like that. I got my own shit I got to do. You got all those friends on Instagram. You a musician. You probably got a couple of thousand friends, and the first one to come out your mouth, nah, nigga. You go somewhere else. Find somebody else to go on the call on for your keep it 100.
I'm using you as an example then.
Don't even use me for example, because then that means you practicing. And I want to break the pattern right now. And you call Malik Willoughby and you tell him, leave me alone, okay?
All right, so look. This is what, for example, I will challenge a Malik Willoughby. And I say, you know what, man? I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Your discipline and your Bruce Lee-ness and your Michael Jackson-ness always got on my nerves because I was never there. I was never there to be so focused, to be able to discipline myself where people can actually see Michael when I dance. And people can actually see Bruce when I move. And I ain't going to even talk about lyrically. All I'm saying is keeping it 100. I think that Balance, a.k.a. Malik Willoughby, all right, is probably, a.k.a. Ab, could possibly be one of the hidden gems in Columbus that the whole world outside needs to see.
I agree with that.
But I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it 100, and I'm gonna keep it right there. See, it ain't always gonna be no complimentary stuff, but I'm gonna keep it 100 because that's how we grow.
That wasn't 100 though. With 100,
Why not?
You was honest, but with 100, jumping with the push-ups. Come on now.
I was practicing.
All right.
I was practicing. I did not do that yet. It was an example.
Oh, okay.
You
All
said
right.
his name, and you told me not to use you. All right?
Yeah, I don't want y'all
I don't
practicing on me. Don't even practice on me. Leave me alone. Keep it 100. Keep it 100. Leave me alone. I might just stay there and say, leave me alone 100 times. Leave me alone, 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 leave me alone. But go ahead.
I tell him this is one of the main reasons I want that to really catch on. Is because with all that's going on right now and all that keep us separated, y'all got to understand that the system that keeps us in this separation pattern, part of that means that you got to take some liberties with a narrative to make somebody else that's close to you feel like the villain so that you can get your way. In a system, that happens every day. And so I'm saying that if you can just, we've been spending so much time by ourselves, right, or isolated within our own homes or whatnot, by this time we should really be able to identify what part of conflict comes from you and not them. And when we are honest about that, when we 100 about it, is when we can grow and expand. You know what I mean? People I had to just cut off because they stopped at the understanding part. If you don't understand my path, then don't tell me what you think about nothing. Because you ain't going to go where I'm willing to go. You ain't going to sacrifice what I'm willing to sacrifice. So the piece is that getting back to it, when you can go back 20 so years into a conflict that really was stimulated out of whatever BS, revisiting it right now to be able to squash it is only going to build stronger tribes. Because if somebody really, you can't stand on that level, on the flip side of that, that means that somewhere in life you must have had some awesome admiration or adoration about something that this person brought into your existence. that when it wasn't there, it stuck out like a sore thumb.
Hey man, what's going
I don't
on
know.
here? I missed something. Who you talking about?
I'm just saying in general. You look at the conflicts that keep us apart, right?
Yeah, but we was talking about exercise, and then you got some super deep shit on me. Did I miss
Hold
something?
on. I almost lost myself, but that's why I had to bring it back. But let me tell you something. All I'm saying, I tell, look, ain't about black people, white people, whatever. It's about whatever causes you tension, whatever causes us tension, which 99% of the time, that young stuff that we went through, it was just, it don't fit the times right now. You know what I mean? What fit the times right now is no matter who it is that's being attacked, like we are all going through some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tribing up is what allows us to be able to keep our immediate safe. But being able to fortify the tribes means that we might have to grandfather back into some older ties because they were stronger than what you understand what I'm saying? So if it was just some childhood conflict or some high school conflict or some college conflict or some baby mama conflict, that's all old news right now. We talking about either living or not. Like, we have to really up the ante on the type of compassion that we have for others based on our own survival. So I'm just saying that's how I would just place that fear.
Hold on. I got Jihadi Johnny on my timeline. He said, I sell weed illegally. Why would you announce that online, Jihadi Johnny? But go ahead. All right. So family, listen. We've been on here. Let me see how long we've been on. And we're gonna have to cover these same proverbs next week. We've been on 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I gotta go on and check on Quasi again. Make sure everything is all right. And then also check and do I got to do a son checkup because I got to see where some of my boys are right now, as well as some brother checkups. Cause I'm just thinking about it. It's might be but we ain't out in the fields yet, family. We still got a little bit of time. But yo, once again, tribe up. Let me go on and so you got a week to deal with these. So we kind of looked at all the passions. Fear, envy, pride, greed, sloth, lust, and anger are opposed to consciousness, said the knowledge holders. And we had Cleve kind of share with us how we do that in Gye-Nyame journey, because becoming conscious is the first step to greatness. That's how we changed that. That came directly from this book. The number 2 for the day, blessed is the person that learns the law for the sake of the law, said the knowledge holders. And I really wanted to get into that piece. Because blessed is the law, but where's the law coming from? What law are the ancestors talking about? What law is this book pronouncing?
Can we do this now or wait?
Oh, bro, I'm about to get up off here. I got a long day tomorrow because I got to do some numbers. I'm doing some little simple math stuff, but doing it over and over again could wear you out, and then I still got to get up and do the show, and I've been doing the show a little bit late, so I've been throwing some people's calendars, times off and stuff like that. Blessed are the persons who are their own discipline, said the knowledge holders, and blessed are those who know that gifts can bring chaos or peace, according to their use. Blessed is the person in whom freedom awakens consciousness, said the knowledge holders. And last but not least, for tonight, put wisdom to work and evil will flee you, said the knowledge holders. Respect the law. Respect for the law yields virtue. Disrespect yields limitation, the knowledge holders say. Now, I want to be very clear because maybe in the morning, because I want to clarify what the ancestors, at least my understanding of what the ancestors mean about the law. About the law. Where is this law coming from? Who lays this law down? But yo, family, I'm about to go on and put myself to sleep. Well, no, I'm gonna check on my brothers first, and then, shit, I might need to make some other arrangements because this whole shit might. But I don't think I gotta check the news first. All right, so I'm getting texts and shit. So let me go and get off of here, and I will check in with you in the morning for the Daily Toast. And like I said, but family, y'all be safe. Once again, remember, tribe up. Tribe up. And I need to remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Of course, this is the Daily Toast. And of course, it's the Heart of a Simba production. Where we strive.
Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame Journey. See some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. And we'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame Journey. And let's build together. Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame Journey. See some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. And we'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame Journey. And let's build together.
Could have saved more if they knew they were slaves, but they're true to their ways. We could have saved more if they knew they were slaves who truly engaged, but they're true to their ways. We could have saved more if they knew they were slaves who truly engaged, but they're true to their ways. Sin popped the cherry and begat a damnation. Involuntary emancipation. Man, I'm just pacing. Amidst the man I'm facing, I kept my standing station. Me give standing ovation. Yes, we didn't ask for this shit. Let me spit. In a way, the movement lost its way when it lost Che with the aid of U.S. Green Beret. 10-9-6-7, the execution day. I exhumed Che. From the throat, I spit notes of guerrilla warfare. Feel no remorse here. Feel the source here. Even the score here. 40 acres in a tool, and we're pushing for more shares. When Bush brings a leak, I'm checking for forced air. Involuntary emancipation. The market free for white corp to do whatever it wants. You're free to spark weed mixed with Arab corner store blunts. Tall tales from Katrina News exaggerate scenes. Velvet speaker cops looting and bagging New Orleans. Power elite will shower the street, devour and creep until I defeat. Lot of mercy. Repeat. The power elite will shower the street, devour and creep until I defeat. Lot of mercy. Yes, we detest, but less we test, collect the best, and we address this effing mess. We will arrest this contest, and we invest. Progress must sweat, but let no regrets to attest. Involuntary emancipation. See, we could have saved more, but they didn't know they were slaves. I don't even think they cared that they were slaves. We could have saved more if they knew they were slaves, were truly engaged. But see, they're true to their ways. Involuntary emancipation. Next year, perhaps just the next tear. Perhaps not very long after the stench from the beloved shells of the dead have gone and rotten. Amidst the next slice of hell, the living dead will have forgotten. Please believe me, it's easy. After all, we're just refugees. See, yes, we're all just refugees. Trust when I say all, it's in the sense of us, not all in the sense of y'all. No. Essentially, what I'm discerning is if Mother sent a great natural burning to the alleys and avenue of Mount Vernon, I too would be a refugee. A haughty look goes right before you descend. You naughty, crooked, spiteful children. The great mother has been dissed, mistreated, mom is pissed. She's heated, she's blown atop. She's dysfunctional from global warming. The noble warning your scientists told you. And now that she's vocal, unstoppable scorn. From the pit of her belly she spits tropical storms. But look, it's not like you weren't warned. You wrote the book. Involuntary emancipation. See, we couldn't save those cats cause they didn't think they were slaves. And even the ones that knew, they didn't care that they were slaves. There wasn't nothing that we could do. Nothing we could do. And then moms cry as they mourn in the morn. I rise to rise raised despite the craze. Let the Almighty be praised. Now don't choose the news, why bother these days? The extent of the third George's tour, the intent of the Third World War. George won't relent from the oppressed. He's a dreaded pestilent. He's worth more than a hand in a blend of other dead presidents. So says the misled residents dwelling in this dead residence. And this is my testament as I spit on dead presidents. It's been hell since the moment he stole office. And L was drove in the red, white, and blue old coffin. The few, the proud grew in numbers and started to come round more often. It's a police state, an overseas thug state. For Pete's sake, when do we seek the uptake? Everybody's buying plastic and duct tape. It's drastic enough to drive an old nut straight. Frustrated frustration. But you must wait, friend, because fools rush straight in, becoming fool for the taking. Time in its true consideration, or else face ruthless obliteration. You must wait, friend.
started. Let's go and get started with the show, man. Let me just play a little bit of our beginning track for this show. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know it's Ujamaa. It's time for us to get it in.
Mr. Diddy.
We got somebody on the line. Call line is open 614-556-4535. Once again, that is 614-556-4535. That is the black line. For those of you that are bold enough and you might want to come on and you might want to join our server on Discord, right? Let me let them know. Tribal quotes. Discord. Y'all like, well, I took you late. I know. You ain't got to tell me I'm late. I know I'm late. But listen, what was going on that you was late, Brother Hachim? Let's talk about it. I'm going to turn on the talk line for our Discord channel. So if somebody want to join us by Discord, you can do it as well. I wonder how it's going to work. If I'm done uploading a bit. No, the video's not done uploading. Video's not done uploading. At least that's what they say. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. All right. How was you late, Brother Hachim? Talk about it. Go to Baba's book up here. Get out here. Actually, before we even do that, y'all know what it is. It's gonna get proper what proper deserves to be given.
Think about a quick question too. It can be on the record, off the record. It can be on the record. Bob Johnson said, talking to the higher powers, I guess the government, about our reparations. And I guess the numbers that they come up with were about 3. His name is Saul, here in Ngozi, Northern Light Shopping Center. You want more than just a nice cut, good conversation, good vibe, good music. Come see me at 3512 Cleveland Avenue.
After 75 years of organizing in our community, after 95 years of life, the Baba of the Tawi Family Village, Elder Reparations, has put together a book, actually it's a special book, called The 11 Steps, Consideration for Empowering African-Centered Organizations, conversations that African-centered organizations need to have in order to be successful. Glean from the wisdom of somebody now building successful way. Get your copy at MaribaKelsey.com. MaribaKelsey.com.
But the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her.
The warrior learned the way of
who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek battle. The woman who helped Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who married Perseus, the Greek hero.
warriorsrop.com. Family, I am ready. I'm ready. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. First, family, I want to welcome you to the Congregation of the Mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media.
Dum, dum, dum.
This is a Heart of a Simba production. And of course, right now we're listening to Tribal Quotes, where we strive to blow up your paradigms. All right now tonight we have joining us, we got Brother John Calhoun. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight?
Brother, I'm living in America.
Man, hey, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? This is your first time on one of our official shows. Those of you on Instagram, if you want to see what we doing and you want to hear him, it would be best for you to come on over to gnjmedia.live. That's gnjmedia.live, gnjmedia.live. This is just a promo. Give you a little taste of what's going on over here at Gye-Nyame Journey. All right. So, Brother John, talk so I can make sure I got you on here loud enough for the people to hear you.
What it look like, man? What it look like, man? What it look like, man? What it look like?
Oh man, it's looking good right now. You know what I'm saying? We in full bloom. I wanted to tell the people a little bit of why I'm late. I am late tonight because I had to put together a demonstration video on how to put together a ebook and or an article for our newsletter. Or just create an ebook for yourself. I wanted to do something for the supporters as well as the members of Gye-Nyame so that I could get them the information to learn how to use some of the software that we're using. So I had to teach them how to format within Google Docs and stuff. But when I got home, I jumped straight in the tub. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like I said, I'm on day 5. It's day 5 of the fast. Next week is going to be the hard part. So, like I said, family, those that want to join me, you ain't got to necessarily fast from food. There's other things you can fast from, and you could get with Brother Hatim to draw your inspiration, because I'm going to make it on my 21 days. I don't know about y'all, but go ahead, John. You got something you want to share with the people?
Oh, man, right now, I'm just, I'm thinking about America.
What you thinking about America? Come on now. Holla at us.
There's a Chinese curse that says, may you live in interesting times.
Uh-huh.
But there's another Chinese term that, it links chaos with opportunity.
Right.
And I guess right now, I just see so much opportunity. And I wouldn't even said this a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it just seems like there's all these resources. In fact, I was talking about this with my older brother. It's like, I can count at least 4 different organizations that are offered $100 million to the black community. 4. Not to mention a lot of individuals and companies that all together equal like $500-600 million of support offered in the last month. Where that money gonna go?
You mean they offered it and somebody took it?
Well, like Michael Jordan put up $100 million. I don't know where he's putting the money.
Oh yeah, now so if it's Michael Jordan, he probably put it in a buy the shoe credit type program or some shit like that, or offered it to the police officers union. You know what I'm saying? Because
no,
he earmarked it for black stuff, for Black Lives Matter and organizations like that.
Which is another issue. See, because part of the issue that we're going to run into is that a lot of organizations like Black Lives Matter and other organizations, although they're doing good work, the history has shown us just in the short time that they've been around that they often pivot after events like this. So it goes from Black Lives Matter to Black Lives Matter in rhetoric, but it goes to All Lives Matter in action. And that's sort of what we got to be aware of. So you got celebrities and other people that are putting up money and other organizations that are putting up money. But what we have to be aware of as at our age as nation builders and start building the influence so that we can start being the influencers of individuals that's doing stuff like this and help guide them in where they put the money. Because a lot of these people and a lot of these corporations are out of touch with what black people really need, and they are in touch with the gatekeepers that help maintain where we are. Organizations that have made a history and made a living in teaching black folks and teaching white folks how to be comfortable around white people and teaching black folks how to make white people comfortable. When we are in a time right now where we do not need to make them feel comfortable. We need to constantly make them feel uncomfortable when we come in the room.
No, you're going into something I was just talking about, which is, see, my whole thing is that, like, so for example, my favorite writer is James Baldwin. And it's not as much from his books, but from his essays. And if you look at, like, documentary on him, it shows it clearly. But
I Am Not Your Negro, that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But James Baldwin was a master intellectual samurai, slicing up racists left and right. I say this because I was seeing some of our white brothers and sisters put James Baldwin in their little Instagram and, Twitters and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I start thinking to myself, and I guess I've been looking at this too with Martin Luther King, it's like, it's easy to like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and James Baldwin retroactively. But what happens when they're making the types of critiques that they make in this modern era? And so I say this is because I feel like it's a way for a lot of people who are not African American to disarm critical people of our age. Oh, look at the intel of Martin Luther King. And I'm like, okay, so you really only heard the I Have a Dream speech then, right? Because that I Have a Dream speech outpaces all the other highly brilliant critical analysis speeches that Martin Luther King gave about America. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Actually, for those that don't have time to read all the speeches, there is a very good ebook on Audible with the actual speeches on there, and a lot of them Martin Luther King is speaking in person, and you can really get a grasp because first off, one of the things we have to understand, and through this new book that I'm reading called The Family, I'm starting to understand a little bit more of what's happening. We see before our eyes the rewriting of American history. And in the rewriting of American history, they only reflect on the mythology. It ain't even history. On the mythology of America and not on the actual history. And that's what black Americans, or that's what ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves, or my fault, American Descendants of Slavery, that's what we remind them of. And this is what I'm saying. They have to feel uncomfortable until they grasp and deal with what America really is. Right now, most people only know American mythology. They don't know history. So the mythology of Martin Luther King is what everybody quotes and uses. It's the mythology. It's the trademark Martin Luther King that was designed to make white people feel comfortable that we deal with.
And see, this is my thing, because I've thought about this in my interaction with white folks, and I realized that I call it palatable blackness. In other words, you can like Martin because Martin is not going to call you out on the fake bullshit you're doing right now, because Martin ain't here. So you can like Martin and kind of put your arm around Martin. But the people who think like Martin, the people who have Martin and Malcolm level critiques, how do you feel about those black people? The most intelligent critiquers of our era. How do you feel about those black people? Because telling me that you like Martin, okay, so you can like some, some symbolic Martin, Malcolm, but, like, for example, fake liberalism, Martin was calling out fake liberalism left and right.
Yes, he was.
That's a part of what I mean. It's like, because I got this whole thing. This is a consciousness versus woke. I think that woke shit can go fuck itself. Woke to me is a series, like, it's a checklist of questions that you got to say yes or no to.
Ooh.
And if you're going down the right checklist, then quote unquote you're woke. However, woke is just some fake shit. And to me, it's like a manipulation perpetrated probably from like a certain level of a certain part of that liberal kind of, those liberal elites, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not going to allow me to have nuanced opinions. So like I remember, like perfect example of this, the Pope came and everybody was liking the Pope, and then the Pope met with some woman who a lot of people were critical of. And then I remember all of a sudden everybody was like, well, the Pope is destroying his reputation because he met with somebody that had homophobic views. See, that's that woke cancel culture bullshit thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to believe my checklist. So it's like if I don't learn your pronouns, then somehow I've done something as egregious as you call me a nigga. And I'm like, see, all that shit, you got to miss me with all that shit. Like, I don't want your help if your help comes with, like, neutering my mind. Because I'm going to tell you that, like, I've come up with a new term for any race of people who neuters the mind of a black person. I call them the overseer.
The overseer. The overseer. Man. Because
I want to use them.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, including like if a white person is like, oh, well, you should think this and this and this. I'm like, really? Who do what? Huh? You just, I mean, look, march with me, but you don't tell me nothing about how I think.
Right. Right.
Like because you can't co-opt me. Like, lest you try, I'm nipping that shit in the bud right off the top, which is why I want to I want to start right now saying I want to put a demarcation line, because I don't believe, all of my beliefs aren't aligned with whatever this woke shit is. I'm a human being. I'm not an automaton, so I don't correspond to a certain checklist of beliefs. Like, some stuff people are going to think, oh, I really like where he's at on that, and then some stuff they're going to be like, I don't know what the hell he is on that. My whole thing is that, like, I'm not here to try to be anybody's, like, to believe in any checklist. Like, I don't know, it's like, even with this thing where, like, oh, I said something racist like 10 years ago, oh, we've got to be fired. Like, really? Really? I've just been around a lot of people, and a lot of people I've heard in their own little worlds make off-color comments about all different kinds of people, including myself. I've said stuff about other groups of people. Now, I know I'm smart enough not to put my shit on social media, Well, I say this in that whole level of like, let he who's without sin cast the first stone. I've listened to everybody talk about everybody.
All right, hold on for a second. All right, Instagram, I'm about to go so I can have an intense talk because John is on fire tonight. We might not get to the quotes tonight, but yo, matter of fact, we might get to the quotes. I'm going to be able to squeeze them in because you know I'm good at what I do. But check us out at GNJmedia.live. Once again, that's GNJmedia.live. GNJmedia.live. All right, John. So you was railing against this woke piece, and you saying that the woke shit is some fake shit.
Yeah, man. Well,
it's almost like you said, if you fit the checklist, then you could be considered woke.
And I'm a thinker of my people, man. Like, because I've watched some of the, and I know that like some of these young kids are out there and stuff, and they're marching fine. But I've spent my own time trying to work on stuff and trying to organize in our community. Spent many years doing that myself. I've studied the history of my people. I say this because some of the stuff when I'm listening to some of the people, Black Lives Matter, and there's various, and the thing it becomes is that there's various agendas that I see starting to eke out of that Black Lives Matter thing. And I'm like, okay. My concern is that we haven't established healthy black consciousness, because I listen to people still. It's cool that you Black Lives Matter, but what do you know about Africa? What do you know about what do you know about your history? Like, not just in America. What do you know about some of the major philosophical ideas that come from your people? Like, you want to be a spokesperson for black people. What have you done to prepare yourself other than having a will to open your motherfucking mouth? Because I've seen more black people just have a willingness to open their mouth. That's wonderful, but you're going to need a little bit more preparation, especially if people start handing you $100 million. Because the one thing that my brother said, and I thought about this, he was like, man, he said, I can't wait to see how many brothers are going to be driving around in BMWs after that. Because I've seen this thing. You've seen this thing before. You get certain folk, and they realize, oh, man, I can write myself a little job title in here.
Right. See, this is what we're going to end up. We're going to end up with individual. We're going to end up with, if we're not careful, we're going to end up with a whole nother group of individuals that's going to be able to employ themselves until they retire. And then in their retirement, they're going to be upset that they traded their people's moment for their individual comfort, if they even feel bad about it. And like you said, so we got individuals coming out here putting up the dough, putting up money, and we got individuals that really have no grounding. You know what I'm saying? This is why I constantly talk about at Gye-Nyame Journey, we constantly talk about building, how can I say it? We talk about building borders, because who gets to speak for you? You know what I'm saying? If you woke, it could be anybody. If you conscious, motherfucker need to know something. You got to know something about the people. You got to know something about what the people need. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that you are black, just because we got the same skin, does not mean that you get to represent me. Where's the skin in the game? Not just the skin and the color. Where's your skin in the game? Yeah, I know your mama black, if you black. I know some of your cousins black. But what are your relationships with them?
I mean, do you know what the big picture is? Have you thought about 4 continents of black people? Or you just focus on African Americans? You realize you had an international, people saw you internationally. Are you prepared to jump on that? Are you prepared to make contact with all these people that want to show us that they see us all around the world? Like, how big is your mind thinking about this stuff?
And
a lot of black people, they get very caught up in their, you know how we do. We get caught up in the situations of what's happening in this city. I'm like, you gotta, like, and I say this even without the money, because honestly, the money is cool and we'll see where it goes, but I go back to, like, what is your vision? Like, do you, like, are we prepared to talk about hip-hop for real? Like, Black Lives Matter eventually has to address black people killing black people. Because I've heard so many people make this pivot, you know what I'm saying? And here, let me do this, though.
You go ahead, because I'm about to get on your ass right now. I'm about to, because I got some disagreements. Because we're gonna have to flesh this shit out real quick. But go ahead.
What is Black Lives Matter? Because I see these people say, oh, leaders of the movement. But what is the movement? I say this because you got all these people coming out under these big marches. But it's kind of like the Million Man March. The Million Man March was called by Nation of Islam, but it was way bigger than Nation of Islam, and people came out. But Nation of Islam people wanted, like, how you gonna respect the message but not the messenger? Like, they wanted more props for your boy Farrakhan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it got like Farrakhan. He made this call and people came out, but it became so much bigger than Nation. All people didn't come out because Farrakhan called them. They felt a call to something bigger. The same way, like, all the people that's out here, this isn't all Black Lives Matter. They haven't said, oh yeah, here goes your leaders. Here goes our Black Lives Matter leaders. Like, most people that came out weren't members of Black Lives Matter. So I'm like, when you're saying, it's like there's people that are upset and they're saying Black Lives Matter, but they didn't vote whoever the person that's calling us on the leader.
Right.
There's a game going on right there,
man. It's a definite game. Now, let's go back a little bit, because I need to rewind it just a little bit, because now you said as a black leader, you have to be willing, because I agree with you, you have to be willing to reach out to other black countries and other places and stuff like that. But also, as a black leader, you have to be bold enough to set those borders, because once again, just because we got skin don't mean that we can. Because we got other people. What I'm saying is, we have to be willing to erect borders. And I will also push back on the fact, John, that in many cases, some of the leaders need to focus on the goddamn cities that they are in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it has to be a double pull, because, like I said, the issue that the ADOS community is having with the Pan-African community is some bullshit to me, because I don't see why they both can't exist. Because if for example, because like you have Pan-Africans talking about as those people that claim, like myself, ADOS is foolishness, it's causing separation in the movement. But if my wife is Away, her friend is Ashanti, you know what I'm saying, or Ashanti, we got the Fanta people, you know what I'm saying, we got the Kikiyu people, we got the Zulus, you know what I'm saying, and the diaspora embraces them. The diaspora embraces Jamaicans. Jamaicans are known as Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? Dominicans are known as Dominicans. Puerto Ricans are known as Puerto Ricans and shit. But we're the only group that when we accept an identity for ourselves, it becomes a problem. And that bothers me. You understand? Because, like I said, if you got room for all these other groups, why is it when a group in America come together and say, we are a tribe, we are a tribe, we have a culture that is different than all your other cultures? Like, because Away, even though they live in Ghana with the Fanti, there is two different cultures there. Yes, there are things that connect them. There are things that are similar, but there's two different cultures. But when we, as Africans in America, or America, or African Americans, or ADOS, or Black, or whatever title we vibing with at the moment, when we say that we are a group, it becomes problematic. And as a leader, I got to be able to stand up, or you have to be able to stand up and let motherfuckers know We do have a unique piece. And if you are threatened by that, you are telling us that you are not our motherfucking ally. You want to take advantage of us just like everybody else.
And this is a thing because I appreciate, this is like, look, man, I'm so appreciative of the athletes coming out and being willing to speak up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they're even, putting even more resources where their money is and all that different type of stuff. But this stuff does not change. If you don't have a vision for something beyond Wakanda, you're just going to flutter. Like, what is big level black thinking? Because I'm watching these athletes, and to their credit, it used to be when black athletes I would hear them speak about black issues, I would wince because I was like, ooh. It's kind of like with Spike. I love Spike, but Spike he wasn't prepared to go on Fox News and talk about black issues.
None of them are.
He was.
I mean, a lot of them aren't because, once again, John, who influences them? Who are the influences?
This stuff that's rolling around them right here.
No, I mean, right now, is this stuff going on around here and the internet, but even those that are affected by this, are they prepared to speak as leadership? You know what I'm saying? Why is it for us, when it comes to looking for leadership, we got motherfuckers looking at athletes, at actors,
what it is like
at directors.
And that's, I guess, a part of why I get concerned, because it's like, if I look at the black intellectuals, like, I don't think that there's a lot of people that are really projecting from an African-centered consciousness.
Right. Why?
Like, there's people that they got sayings and they got cowrie shells, some of them, and maybe some of them got dreadlocks, but they know, that's almost like the woke thing. It's like they know how to show you the cultural icons so that.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack?
The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
women, but the most important goddesses were black. Not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the golden fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is